go. Okay. So we're sitting up nice and straight. Feet are pressed on the ground. They're hips width apart. And the way we find our hips width is we take our two fists and press them together and hug the inner arches of our knees around our fists. And when you look down, you should be seeing like a capital H. And this is your base position. And this is the place where you sit up properly. And when you move your body, your foundation is here on this hips width apart position. We're going to start off by just taking a few breaths in and out. You're just trying to gather the moment as it is. It's just a moment of relaxation. Letting go of the day's task ahead. Maybe even letting go of anything that happened before this class began. Start by taking a breath moment by moment. And if you like, you can even close the eyes here. Inhale, I am breathing in. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, letting go. See if you can relax even a little bit more. And see if you can just let the shoulder blades fall down the back body. Use the belly to help position you so that you're sitting up out of the rib cage. Allow the feet to sink into the ground beneath you. And take a huge breath in. Let's do it together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. And then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What you want to do is just notice the way your attention is here. Notice the quality of attention. Feel yourself in the space around you. Maybe you hear different sounds. Some of them you may like and some of them you may dislike. Try not to have an opinion on too many of these things. Just let them be what it is. But allow yourself to be focused and be present for the practice. I'm going to ring the singing bowl. I want you to just continue to breathe in and out and try to hear the bowl for the very final vibration of the rung. And just keep your focus there, matching it as the vibration graces your eardrums. Take about 2 or more breaths. And on the next exhale, let all the air out of your lungs so that the navel touches the spine. And then we're going to inhale, filling up deep, 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 deep with breath. Belly expands. And then exhale, ha. Allow your own vibration to leave from your voice box. Don't worry, nobody can hear you. Everybody is muted. But allow yourself to just do that again. Exhale all the air out of your lungs until there's nothing left. And then inhale and breathe. And ha, let it go like a big sigh. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and just shake that out a little bit, kind of moving to the left and to the right, feeling your spine twist a little bit. There you go. And then you want to come back to center, roll the shoulder blades up by the ears, and then roll the shoulder blades down the back body. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, letting go. One more time. And then reverse. And just notice how when you lift up on those shoulders, the shoulder blades expand and then the chest kind of comes together. Notice how each part of your body just feels while you do this movement. And then come back to center. And we're going to begin. Arms extend out to both sides, fingertips open wide. Allow your hands to almost be touching each wall from the left to the right. One long line of energy. Roll the shoulder blades back away from the ears. Sky flip the palms. Hands pancake towards the ceiling. And just notice the way the hands and the arms feel here. Notice the way the biceps and the triceps are active, that upper part of the arm body. Feel the extension from the elbows down through the forearms, through the wrist, into the tippity tip of the fingertips. And as you bring your arms up overhead slowly, I want you to just feel this weight. It's almost like you're pushing up against the resistance of gravity. And then when you get up to a position where you can just roll the shoulder blades away from the ears, allow the palms to face one another as if you had a box in your hands. Just stay here and hold the pose. Sit up a little bit taller, coming out of the pelvic bowl. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, let go. Inhale, breathe in, look up, gaze up, take your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And if it's in your practice, back bend slightly. Allow the throat to come up towards the ceiling. Chin towards the ceiling. So you have this nice stretch in your throat body. Exhale, begin to lower the hands down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms come down by the sides. Gonna inhale again, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, you're gonna take those hands, roll those shoulders away from the ears, take the fingertips, press them together, and press the palms up towards the ceiling. Let's see if you can see me. Palms up towards the ceiling. You're gonna inhale, breathe in. On the exhale, you're going to lean towards your right. Pivot up, look up so that you're taking your gaze towards the ceiling, pivoting up from the pelvis, twisting just slightly. And as you breathe in, notice how that feels. If there's anything that's getting stuck on the breath, adjust the body just so that you can get that breath in. Come back to center on the in-breath. Allow those hands to press back up towards the ceiling. And then on the out-breath, come to the left. Again, pivoting the pelvis, pivoting back the shoulder, looking up, gazing up. Eyes shift towards the ceiling. You're seeing the inner arm, breathing in and out. Come back up to the center. To undo the fingertips. Allow the fingertips to come down. Hands come down by the sides. Rolling the shoulders down. moment by moment, and then leave the hands down. Notice the relaxation that comes after the work, and then comes the relaxation. See if you can just let gravity overpower your arms as the blood rushes down from the shoulders through the elbows to the hands. And just notice for a second how they feel. What's the texture like? What's the temperature of your hands? And as you take a breath in and out, notice if that shifts at all the experience. Using the breath will help you to get through the tension that might come up in your body throughout the practice. See right now if you can breathe into any tense spaces, especially in the arms. Arms are going to lift up. You're going to reach up overhead, and we're going to come through our first flow. Look up, gaze up. Exhale, we're going to come down into what's called a forward fold, dropping the chin towards the chest. Allow the head to hang heavy. Let the arms hang heavy. So your chest is now on your thighs. Belly is on your thighs. Each inhale and exhale presses against the thighs. Breathe in and out. And see if you can let the nape of the neck hang loose. Maybe even shake the head yes and no of once or twice. And then once you feel like you've made a little bit of peace here, I want you to slowly use the core to come up to a half lift flat back. Hands come behind you like you're running in a lunge, like you're ready to take off and sprint. Fingertips face one another, palms are parallel. Lift up out of your pelvic bowl and just squeeze the core. That's the area that we use to help us lift up. We don't want to use our lower back body. We want to use the core, using the strength from the belly. Exhale, release, and come forward once again. Forward fold. Again, just take that moment of relaxation to restore. Breathing in and out. Slowly using the core, come back up, come through your half lift. Lift up those arms, reaching up overhead. Seated mountain pose. Heart shines towards the sky. Taking a nice breath in and out, allow your breath to be steady and full, and then bring the hands down by the sides. No need to rush. Take your time. Allow the breath to match the movement. Chin comes down to the chest. Let the nape of the neck hang heavy. Chin to the chest. You're going to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Just pause here for a moment. Take some very big inhales and exhales. If you feel like it's too tense on your neck, I want you to bring your left hand to your thigh. That will reduce the amount of space between your shoulder and your ear on the left side. If you feel like you want to have a longer stretch in the neck, and that's where your practice is today, you can drop that left hand down by the side as well. And if it's in your practice, you can take your hand on the left side and press it like it's pressing into the ground. And then just tilt the hand forward and backwards like you're washing something. Don't hold the breath. Continue to breathe. Bring your hand back to ease. Drop the chin back into the chest. Belly rises and falls, and then come to the left ear to the left shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Find peace. Again, your right hand now is a place where you can leverage the amount of resistance that your neck is feeling. So depending on how your right neck body feels, you can soften the tension by placing your right hand on your right thigh. Otherwise, you can drop the hand down by the side, and you can twist the hand like it's washing something on the right side, and you can feel little by little the little resistance break away. But again, if it's not in your practice, don't do it. Don't hold the breath, continue to breathe. Steady flow of rhythm and breathing. Bring the hand back to ease, chin back into the chest, and then roll the chin back to center. We're going to take our gaze and we're going to come up to eyesight level and bring our hands to our thighs, and then take our head up so that our chin faces the ceiling. Breathe in and out. Bring the chin back down to the chest. Now our eyes are looking at the floor. Look back up. Gently, chin towards the ceiling. Neck long. It's almost like your voice box is stretched and extended. It feels very thin. As you breathe in here, notice how the breath travels through the nose and through the neck body, and then tuck the chin back into the chest on the out breath. Breathing in and out, and then bring your eyes back up to gaze. Breathe in and out. We're going to bring the chin back down to the chest, and that we're going to just go into a roll, and we're going to roll to our right ear so that it's on top of the right shoulder, and then back into center, and then roll so that our left ear is towards our left shoulder. And do this about 5 or 6 times. Allow your roll to take on a form of its own. If you want to extend your roll to be a full 360-degree roll, you can do that too. Again, about 5 or 6 times on each side. Using the breath steady and fluid to help you breathe in and move the body. Keep breathing. Really allow yourself to feel the full movement. And if you want, you can actually start to, after you're done with your first couple of rolls on both sides, you can start to roll the upper body as well. Hands on top of the thighs, kind of making like a half of an S or like a circle or a zero. Rolling those hips, allowing the chest to press forward, squeezing from the core, going back. And then we're going to actually come back around. Breathe in and out. Remember, try to match the breath with the movement. And when we're letting go of our back body, this is helpful because the back holds a lot of tension. So we can slowly start to just loosen up some of that stiffness. And then we can start to pull back into what looks like a scared cat position, where the belly tucks in, the chest pops out, and we're just pushing our backs towards the chair, chin into the chest. And then press forward, belly plops down towards our thighs, chest lifts up, head looks up, chin to the sky. And then this is our cow, seated cow. Pull back, inhale and breathe. Press that belly in, press that back body back so that you're dome shaping that back body. And then on the reverse, you arch forward so that the belly presses towards the thighs, looking up again. And do this about 3 or 4 times. Don't overextend, just little movements can be a lot. If you're more flexible, you may want to do a little bit bigger movements, but that's your choice. Allow your legs to move to meet that movement, so you don't have to feel glued to the ground beneath you or to the seat. And then come back to center and breathe. Notice how this is starting to wake up the body. We're going to take our hands, lift them up, reach them up overhead. And I know some of you guys said that you want to stand. And you wanted to stand today. We'll do some of that at some point, but you can also remain seated when we do the standing stuff, okay? So this is a seated mountain pose. You can do this standing or sitting. We're going to bring our hands back to shoulders length. Start to lift up on the hands and roll. 1, 2, breathing in and out. 3 and 4. And then reverse back. Slow and steady. Allow yourself to be free. Let it just move as it needs to move, but yet steady. Steady but free. Not too much control, but just enough that you can use the upper part of the body. You're almost isolating the rest of the body. And then bring the hands down by the sides. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward flow. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reaching up, lifting up overhead. And hands come down by the sides. Good job. Let's do 2 more of those. If you like to stand, you can stand. I'm going to do 1 standing and 1 sitting, but everybody knows how to do the flow, okay? You can use your chair if you like. So, and inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. And if you're standing, I want you to make sure those legs are hips width apart. If you're sitting, I want you to make sure your legs are hips width apart. Soften the knees. Exhale, forward folds. Allow the belly to touch towards the thighs. Chin tucks into the chest. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Use that belly, use that core. Exhale, forward fold, head hangs heavy. Really let go of the back body and the thighs. And then inhale, come back up, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. I'm going to do it now sitting. If you want to do this one standing, you can. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reaching up, lifting up, and hands come down by the sides. Allow your hands to just be face forward in mountain pose. Chest is up. Try not to adjust your body or your hair or anything else or your clothes, and just sit up nice and straight. And take some nice breaths in and out. Keep breathing. And if you're standing, you can come back to sitting. There we go. Good job. Continue to breathe in and out if you're still sitting. Arms are going to rise. We're going to lift up, reach up, but we're going to spread out our legs. Okay, so now you got some space in your legs. I want you to take your body and just fall forward. And you're going to allow your upper body to come down in between your thighs. And your hands are going to come down to the ground. And so you can see, if you want, you can actually let them go if you feel like you're comfortable with that. But you can hold that ground for support. And just take a moment to breathe in and out here. And then you're going to walk your right hand to lock it around your right ankle, and then your left hand to lock it around your left ankle. Elbows are on the inside of the knees. So if you see, my elbows are on the inside of those knees. All right, good job. Just so you can see me. Breathe in and out. You're going to let go of the left hand this time, and you're going to lift up that left hand towards the ceiling. The elbow on the right is in the inside of the right leg. Fingertips are still wrapped around the right ankle. That's your leverage. And now you're going to push back. You're going to pivot up your shoulder. Your fingertips are going to be in the air, but if you're all the way back here, I want you to think of a straight line of energy. Just look up to the ceiling. Rather than trying to bring your arm behind you, just bring it in front of you, a little bit more in front of you. There you go. Exhale and breathe and bring those left fingertips about around the left ankle. And then we're going to come to the other side, lifting up, reaching up overhead. And see if you can find peace here as you're pressing that elbow into the side of the leg for leverage. Nothing to do and nowhere to go but to breathe. Bring the hand back down. You're going to grip around those ankles. Let go one more time and let the head hang heavy. Really allow it to count. And slowly you're going to take your hands and start to walk your hands, taking your thumb, pressing it into the side of the leg. As you press up, you're taking it like a step by step all the way up. So you get to your thighs. You can start to close the thighs again, coming back up to that seated position. And that just helps us to stay steady. So that way we're not coming up so fast. And it also gives your body a little massage along the way. Arms are going to rise. You're going to lift up, reach up overhead. Breathing in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands come up. Take both legs now and place them together so that you make one long stem. Bring the hands, press them together so that your palms are touching one another, and bring your palms to heart center. So now you have one long straight line of leg. So instead of two legs, you got one leg. Press more into your feet and squeeze the core, and that will help you keep the knees together. And just breathe in and out. You're going to take your right elbow, and I want you to wiggle that right elbow. Now you're going to take the right elbow and you're going to bring it towards the right thigh. Your left elbow is going to come up towards the ceiling, and your head is going to look up over your shoulder. Now you don't have to go anywhere else. You can stay just like that. But if it's in your practice, you can bring that right elbow over to the left leg. And if you want to hook it kind of to the outside of that left thigh, you can. Eventually, one day, that's your goal. You want to try to get that elbow over to the opposite leg, crossing over. Left elbow is in the air, and breathing in and out. Press more into the feet. Squeeze the core. Stay active. I want you to actually hear your breath here. And notice if there's anything that comes up for you. Just try to stay present. And try not to be distracted. Stay in the body. Coming back to center, we're going to squeeze the core. We're going to twist around. Spine is gentle. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Pause for a moment and just feel the difference between your left side and your right side. Adjust the body again, coming out of your pelvic bowl. And then your left elbow, I want you to wiggle that left elbow. And you're going to bring the left elbow to the left thigh. Right elbow is up towards the ceiling. If you want, you can stay here just like this for in your spinal twist. But you can take it to the next place, which is another modification. It's a little bit more advanced. And that's bringing the left elbow over to the outside of the right thigh. Right elbow is up in the air. Belly is still active, chest is still pressed up, and you're only pivoting the chest. You're pivoting the chest, and that's what's making your spine twist. You're not twisting from the spine, but you're twisting from that right shoulder that's pressing back. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, letting go. Inhale and breathing in. And exhale, finding strength in the core. Remember, the core is the strength here. Come back to center, squeeze the belly. Squeeze the belly as you come back to center. Notice how you feel rather than rushing into the next pose. Just sit here for a moment. Breathe in and out. You can let your legs go back to hips width apart. And while your hands are here, I just want you to set an intention for the rest of this class. This intention can be anything, but just something that you can place in front of you to help keep you motivated throughout the class. Something that can share the present space with you. Those palms are pressing together. Notice the heat that they provide each other. Really feel that, so you can see that your intention is real. You can feel that this is something that's coming from within. And breathe. Slowly allow the hands to unwind. Roll those fingertips a few times. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Your choice if you want to do it standing or sitting. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Really allow there to be a back bend if it's in your practice. And then take the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then bring the hands down. So you're going to bring the hands down and you're going to interlace the fingers behind you. And you're going to just press those hands. If it's not in your practice to press the hands, you can just lay them on your tailbone. But if it is, you want to stretch them out so that you're just kind of inverting the back body. You're taking your arms, and instead of being forward, you're going to the place behind you and getting a stretch, chest expanded. And while you're doing that, I want you to breathe in and out. There you go. Beautiful. Good job, guys. We're breathing in and out. And now let go and let the hands hang heavy. After a while, you'll feel a little bit of burn in those muscles. And then shake it out. We're going to do another spinal twist. Today, we're really going to loosen up our lower back body, especially if we've been sitting a lot. This is going to be really good for us because we want to loosen up that part of the body because it's so important. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. And I want you to just pivot your body over to the right. Come back to center. And pivot your body to the left. Come back to center. Good job, guys. And then pivot your body to the right. Place your hands to the outside of your right thigh. So left hand travels across the body and is on the outside of the thigh. Right hand comes behind you. If you want, you can leave it on the chair at the top or at the bottom. Doesn't really matter. It's your choice. Just find a place for it to have a solid, something solid to lean on. And when you push that into that hand, it's going to help you to prop yourself up a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. And now I want you to take your gaze so that you're looking over your right shoulder. Chin is like it's trying to run across the right shoulder. Breathing in and out. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, letting go. Just stay steady with the breath. Relax the belly. Relax the shoulder now. I know your hand is pressing in for support, but maybe you can just let the shoulder fall away from the jawline a little bit. And like maybe you can smile here. See if that changes the quality of your attention if you smile. Maybe you can even look a little bit more behind you. Twisting the back body, noticing the inhale, pressing the chest forward, and the exhale, twisting more into the spine. It's a gentle way to twist. Arms are going to rise. You're going to lift those hands back up and reach them overhead. We're going to go through a flow before going to our other side. Lift up, reach up on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Belly presses towards the thighs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. One breath, one movement. Let go. Belly touches the thighs again, and then arms rise. But keep them up instead of bring them down. Just roll the shoulders away from the ears on the exhale. And you're going to pivot over towards your left. Bring your hands to the outside of your left leg. So the right hand is coming across the body. Fingertips are pressed on the outside of the left leg. Left hand comes behind you. Again, you find your place, but make sure you can kind of push into that hand so that you get a little bit of stability. You're almost pushing out of the pelvic bowl, and then the pivot from the chest starts to take over, and take the gaze behind you, looking over your left shoulder this time. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Notice the way the belly rises and falls and kind of forces the body to come out of the pose and then back in on the exhale, the twist, the gentle twist. See if you can make peace here. And relax that shoulder away from the ear a little bit more. Stay fully present and bring the hands and reach them up overhead, back to center. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Arms rise towards the ceiling, pressing up a little bit higher, lifting out of the pelvic bowl though to do it, lifting up through the chest, through the rib cage, through the chest, from the chest up to the throat, throat to the chin. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, arms rise. Breathing in and out, and then slowly start to lower the hands. Pacing yourself. Honoring your body. Respecting the moment. Beautiful. Arms come out in front of you. Sit up tall in your seat. Hands come out in front of you. You're going to take your right fingertips, and I want you to place them on your left shoulder. Take your left hand and place it on your right shoulder. And I just want you to take your fingertips and start to hug yourself, lifting up your elbow so that it's not pressed on your chest, and tuck your chin in towards the chest so that you're not looking at me. Your chest is actually what you're seeing. You're seeing through a little tiny hole, enough to breathe. And then your fingertips are walking up the shoulder blades. And I want you to take, it's almost like a bear hug. And I want you to take about 4 breaths here, 4 very intentional breaths. Your goal is to breathe in as deep as you can, and while still holding on to your shoulder blades. And still breathing through the hole. You have to have the hole to do this. So the elbows have to be up. They cannot be laying on your chest. You're going to start to feel the breath. Make it down the mid-back body. Sit up a little bit taller in the spine by pressing the belly forward, tucking the tailbone in. And on your last one, I want you to take your hands, just extend the arms out, and then bring your hands behind you so that they're facing each other. The shoulder blades are now pressing together. And breathing in and out. And then exhale, hands come down by the sides. Good job. Let's go through a flow. Before we do the other side, arms rise. Breathing in. Exhale, forward fold, letting go. Inhale, half lift, flat back, squeezing the core. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, arms rise, back to where we started. Looking up, gazing up, being very intentional, and then bring the hands down in front of you. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling and exhaling. Take the left fingertips, wiggle the left fingertips, place it onto the right shoulder. Take the right hand, place it underneath. Let the elbows come up and reach up in front of you. Fingertips go and they hug. They're literally reaching for the middle of your spine. Take your chin, tuck it into the chest. Continue to sit up nice and straight. Tucking the belly in. Keep the chest propped up. Keep the elbows propped up. And breathe in and out. Again, you're taking the fingertips and you're just kind of pulling on the shoulder blades. It's like you're walking them up as far as they would go. At the same time, you have enough space for a hole. You got to have the hole to breathe. And take about 4 breaths here. Just stay in the present moment with the breath. Because when our mind wanders, we have a tendency to let our posture go. So do your best to just try to stay with your breath. It's just a practice. And then let go. Arms extend out. Bring the hands behind you again. Shoulder blades kind of press towards one another. Breathing in and out. And then drop the hands down by the sides. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead, squeeze that core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Reach up, lift up overhead. And hands come down by the side. And I'll shake it out. We're going to start to move down to the legs today because before we end class today, I want to do a tree pose with everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to start working on those legs so that we can become connected to those as well. So we're going to start with our right leg. I want you to take that foot and bring it up in front of you. pressing the foot forward. You can hold on to your chair, inhale and breathe. And exhale, bring the knee in. Take your fingertips, wrap them around the kneecap. So they're like, they're gripping. It's almost like a web, and the web is holding it up. And you're going to bring in that knee towards the left armpit. Towards the right armpit. And then allow the leg to fall back in. Inhale and breathe and lift back up. And then exhale, let go. And take the foot, pop it back out again, but this time place it on the floor. You want to place it so that the foot and the heel is down and is secure. Then you're going to take your left foot and cross it on top. So you have, if you're pressing down and your toes are down, that's not the way they want to be. You want to take them so that the toes are waving hello and that the soles of feet are up in the air. Once you let go and you relax, you might see that the feet kind of hang there and they might go a little bit towards the front, but there's no force. There's no additional intention to press the toes forward. You're flexing the foot instead. So even if you're in a relaxed state, the heels are still on the ground. And then your hands are loose. If you want to hold on to your chair, you can. Okay. Stay like that. And you see my body now from the top. So then the belly starts to come down towards the thighs. And then your hands loosen. And it's like a process. So sometimes we start up here, and that's fine. And then over time, our body starts to just melt and sink. Our upper body starts to sink towards the thighs. Fingertips are loose. The blood flows down through the fingertips. Chin tucks into the chest. Breathe in and out. And just see if you can make peace here. Can you let go a little bit more? Can you trust yourself? Can you trust your body? Are you secure in your seat? Can you feel the seat helping to support you? The ground underneath your heels supporting you? Let your tongue fall away from the top of the mouth if you're holding on to it. Let the ears be loose and easy. Whatever you're hearing, let the sounds come and go as they please. The same for your smell. I invite you to close your eyes if your eyes are not closed, to breathe in and out. If this is not in your practice, you can continue to sit up straight in your seat, making sure that you are breathing, staying active the whole time. You can breathe in and out. You can also do a forward fold if extending your legs is not in your practice. A seated forward fold. Slowly, we're going to start to come up, bringing our bellies, then our legs, right? And then our chest and our head. We're going to lift up on that head last. Breathe in and out. Arms rise, reach your hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise once again. And then hands come down by the sides. You want to hold on to your seat, you can hold on to your seat, or you can just bring out your foot in front of you. So the left foot's going to come out in front of us, and we're going to extend that forward like we're pressing in front of us. And then we're going to bring up that knee, squeezing from the core, squeezing the thigh, taking the fingertips and wrapping them around the knee. Breathing in and out. And then bring that left knee up towards the left armpit. Squeeze the core. Exhale, release. Let the weight fall from the knee into the fingertips. Inhale, breathe in. Knee back up towards the armpit. And then gently, you're going to take that foot, place it out in front of you, and place it so that the heel is on the ground and the toes are waving hello. Okay, so then we take the other foot, which is the right foot, and we cross it on top. And you can wiggle the toes, but they should be waving hello. Allow the heel to be on the ground. When you're ready, you can relax the ankles and then drop your hands either by your side or hold on to the chair, but bring your belly and your chest forward. And I'll show you how to do that. There we go. And it's a process. Like even with me adjusting myself, I have to get myself back into the place. So allow yourself the opportunity to adjust as you need to. Once you start to bring the body forward, you're almost flattening like a poster when it folds in half, or like a pancake kind of. You're kind of pancaking down. And as you use your breath, you can just feel this extension, the rise and the fall. Allow the body to move with that rise and fall and make peace. Again, if it's not in your practice to extend your legs out in front of you or it feels painful, just either sit up in your base position or you can come into a forward fold with your legs, hips width apart in our base. Those are modifications if you need them, but if you can do this, go ahead and do it and see if you can trust yourself while you're doing it. Breathing into the deepest part of the lowest back body, into the hips, to the belly. Remember, you don't have to go far. A little goes a long way. Take about 2 more breaths here, and then you can start to ease out of the pose. Bringing the belly, then the feet, then the chest, and then the head. And just breathe. Arms are going to rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Strong body, forward fold. Relax. Inhale, half lift, flat back, strong belly. Exhale, forward fold, relax. Inhale, arms rise, use that strength. Lift up, and then hands come down by the side. We're going to come up for those who want to do the tree pose, because I know that a lot of people like the tree pose. You can come to standing, and if it's not in your practice to do this tree pose, don't do it. You can stay seated. You can stay in your base position, just breathing in and out, still breathing, or you can even imagine it. And I'm going to allow you guys to see the different places where your foot can go. So you come to that standing position. If you want, you can have a chair in front of you like this, okay? I'm going to do it without the chair just because it will be hard for you to see my feet if I did it with the chair. Okay, so get yourself in that right place where you feel good. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the right foot, so you can kind of bend the knee, just so you know which one we're starting with. Bend the toes. And you can take the heel and place it right above the left ankle. Toes are nice and firm on the ground. It's almost like I can feel my toes press. My foot is bent. That's modification 1. You can stay like that and move your arms to a place that you feel comfortable. The next one is placing the foot in between the knee and the ankle. Now I'm not on my knee. My knee is here. So I'm below my knee. We never put our foot on our knee because we can knock our knee out. That's very dangerous. So you want to make sure that your foot is right here between that foreleg, okay? And it's on the inside. That's if you're challenging yourself and you have your chair in front of you or you feel you're really good at this and you just got this down. The next place is when we place our foot on our inner thigh. That's another step. Again, if the chair is in front of you, that might work for you. If it's something where you've been doing tree pose for a long time, you may be here already. It's okay. Either way, you have 3 different places that you can place your foot. Once you find that place, it'll adjust the arms as you like, okay? So it's okay if you're a little wobbly. You don't want to fall and hurt yourself, but it's okay to be wobbly. And then when you find peace, pause for a moment. Breathing in and out. We're going to bring our hands back down by our sides. Bring our foot back down and just shake it out. And for the sake of time, we're just going to come over to the other side. So find your place. Your left foot, you can wiggle that left foot, wiggle that left leg, find a place for your foot. Wherever you feel most comfortable. Remember, above or below the knee. Use your chair if you need it. And get into your tree pose. And then allow the hands to come up into a tree. Imagine the branches. Think about how the branches bend. They bend with the wind. And when they bend with the wind, they don't break. Find a place to place your hands. And then allow them to move. Allow yourself to be fluid. To balance, it takes a little bit of wobbliness until we learn how to use those muscles. Use the breath and breathe in and out. And 1 or 2 more breaths. Good job, guys. Good job. And bring the hands down by the side. Be gentle when you bring your foot back down and come back into your seated position. We're going to close class. Take a few breaths and just notice the body in its full entirety. Maybe you can even just consider how you felt when we first started class to how you feel now. You can close the eyes and maybe even congratulate yourself for a job well done as we go into our Savasana for a few minutes. Relax the body. Relax the feet, the legs, the knees. Relax the thighs. Let the thighs fall away from one another. Relax the belly and the chest. Relax the shoulders, the elbows, the hands, and the wrists. Breathe in and out and see if you can even relax the breath in the body. Relax the jaw, let the tongue fall away from the top of the mouth. Allow the eyes to be loose. The shoulder blades to fall down the back body. And the tongue to fall away from the top of the mouth. Just let go. I'm going to ring the singing bowl. Continue breathing. Allow the ring to be as it is without any control or force. If it's in your mind's eye, allow it to be there, and it just kind of fades away, allow it to fade away. If you like to continue meditating in your Savasana, you can turn off the video and continue for as long as you like. If you like to conclude class with us now, you can do that as well. Bring our arms and lift them up. Breathing in and out. Allow the hands to come back down one time, and then we're going to swoop back up, fluid and flowy. Press the palms. Bring them to your heart. Thank you and namaste. Appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful day.